Revisionism is an attempt to distort and corrupt Marxism in order to steer the party away from a revolutionary socialist line and towards a revisionist capitalist line. Many well-meaning communists, both past and present, adopt revisionism unintentionally. This is often done in the name of pragmatism, such as the thought that socialism isn't feasible or realistic at this time for whatever reason. It also forms as a result of Reformism, the belief that socialism can be established peacefully through reforms or bourgeois elections. Or it is done in the name of Economism. This is the thought that we must adopt a capitalist line in order to build the productive forces. There are also revisionists who willingly and knowingly embrace the capitalist road because they are wreckers and become the foremost enemies of the revolution by posing as well-intentioned while secretly desiring the defeat of socialism, a good example of this being Mikhail Gorbachev. Whether a party adopts revisionism intentionally or unintentionally, it has the effect of dismantling an established socialist project, halting its advance, or preventing its establishment altogether. Upon the overthrow of the bourgeoisie, revisionism from within the party becomes a great threat, as the emergent society and the party itself is still wrestling with the vestiges of bourgeois society and the mentality it entails. This is why it becomes necessary for a communist party to engage in a line struggle against revisionism to maintain the revolutionary road. Parties which fail to successfully engage and repudiate revisionism ultimately fail to bring forth socialist revolution, and any revolutionary gains made will be undone upon the success of the revisionists. Distinctions must also be made in the case of temporary strategic retreats within the revolutionary trajectory for a myriad of reasons. Strategic retreats such as the new economic policy of 1921 through 1928 under Vladimir Lenin were seen as a necessary step backwards in order for society to advance forward into socialism. The distinction between periods of strategic temporary retreat and outright revisionism are clarified in the overall trajectory of the party and of society as a whole. Is society and the party advancing along the socialist road or the capitalist road? Whether the party is building a dictatorship of the proletariat or directly sabotaging the socialist project by disempowering the proletariat. Marxist history is rife with line struggles against revisionism, a few of them being Lenin's line struggle against Karl Kautsky and the Second International, Stalin's line struggle against Nikolai Bukharin and Leon Trotsky, Mao's line struggle against the capitalist roaders of the Communist Party of China. It is important to note that these line struggles are not merely a feud between two individuals, but represent a struggle between rival tendencies. Out of all of these line struggles, the furthest and most important one is the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution in China from 1966 to 1976. The Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution, often shortened to just the Cultural Revolution, is one in which we will study specifically in a future chapter. Why is anti-revisionism important? In order to remain a vanguard party of the working class, a communist party must always maintain the socialist trajectory. It must always engage in line struggle against emergent revisionism within the party and within society as a whole. As previously stated, there are valid reasons to undertake strategic and temporary retreats within a broader socialist trajectory. The key is that the party and society remains on the socialist trajectory and does not use these retreats as an excuse to undo the socialist project or disempower the working class. Maoist parties seek to rectify the issue by maintaining the mass line, upholding the Cultural Revolution, and engaging in line struggle within the party. There are often attempts made by revisionists to conflate attempts to engage in principled line struggle with factionalism. More will be discussed on the nature of inter-party line struggle and charges of sectarianism in a future episode, but it must be noted that anti-revisionism is crucial towards maintaining the revolutionary trajectory. Revisionists will always attempt to disguise themselves as revolutionaries, claiming to be pragmatists or realists, and painting their opposition as dogmatic or idealist or ultra-leftist, and that they are out of touch with reality. They will often do this up until the very moment the socialist project is destroyed, but this destruction will often not emerge in a single swift stroke, but rather slowly reveal itself as a series of reforms and ideological shifts, which gradually dismantles socialist institutions and socialist economic relations and replaces these with capitalist institutions and capitalist economic relations. Many well-intentioned communists will be suckered into adopting or supporting the revisionists, and therefore it becomes an issue of prime importance to study the methods by which the capitalist roaders took power in the USSR and the People's Republic of China. We must study the methods and rhetoric they used and how the revolutionary faction failed to rein them in. So that about does it for episode 8. Just to recap, we talked about what is revisionism and how does it manifest within the party and within society, and we talked about what we can do to combat it and why anti-revisionism is so important. In the next episode, we will discuss line struggle within the party and how class struggle resumes under socialism. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Danky Kang, out.